massive game number 3 out of the series. Top 3 versus bottom 3. Stratyk with this victory could even potentially be holding on to their place in Division 2, but for Felt, a victory means that they're still in the race for Division 1, which was out of their grasp in all of the previous seasons. Now it's close, or getting closer. Still not quite there, though.
Tantalizingly so. I mean, I think they didn't expect themselves to be in this position, so this might have just added a bunch of extra pressure, especially with this loss just now. You're like, no, we're just gonna play like normal, right?
Where do you think you're going to be king?
And then you lose the game and you're like, well, but top 2. Can we really afford to be playing like normal? Because we just lost.
Yeah. You got to start feeling it that we need to do a shift.
Yeah.
And now they're kind of relying on the cheese. If Husker can pull... Well, I wouldn't say Husker's really a cheese pick anyway.
No.
It's a situationally good hero that can surprise your opponent, which technically should mean cheese, but it's not the cheese Husker we've known him to be as. Like, this Husker is now more of a trending hero. It's not a meta hero, but it's a trending hero, let's put it that way. So...
Yeah.
I just want to make that clear so people don't say like, oh, it's this guy saying that there's a cheese pick, but they played it last week, you know? Which is understandable. Like you can say that, but still, I'm just trying to emphasize the importance that this is not like, oh, what is this? Like, we've never seen this hero in these last 10 years of Dota.
Exactly. This is not a surprise pick, and it really depends on your definition of cheese, because I've seen people complain about OG's Huskar picks as well, like, oh, everybody can win with cheese, and I'm like, is it really cheese if A, you've been playing it, and B, you're picking it first phase? Because I don't think that's how the word's supposed to work.
Yeah, that's not the way the cookie crumbles, for sure. But Felt, they want to get something done early on here as they have smoked up, and oh boy, there's an alien mana banana walking in, and Afrim was just toss ready. There we go.
Always.
Where's your follow-up stun? Do you have one? No, you don't. This is kind of the downside of their draft right now.
It's fine.
They don't really have any way to hold them down.
Yeah, like, Salty just won his mid lane, dude.
Stratyk, they have their own. They've got their own bouncers. Hello, they're going to be creating Aframouche.
Oh, they're bouncing.
Tankalay first with the Burrow Strike coming in as well. The early damage is there. Soldier coming in from the back. Stratyk might be end up losing more heroes than they bargained for. Sand King trying to get away. First blood will be scored by Felt. They're trying to make a way for it, and Roz has taken 24 decay stacks with that 5-man decay, and that's something you don't get to see every day.
But, like,
32.
What's he gonna do with those, though?
He's gonna kill Pingu at this pace. I mean, look at this guy. He's getting slowed by the Orb of Venom, and he's faster than he is, but he also, as the time of the debuff runs out, Raza's unable to clear out Pingu. Oh, tries to juke around. Kurtinkle is coming up the other side. Pingu on the run. Honestly, I feel like if that was something that we would have grabbed on a highlight, would have been the moment that Decay lands on the 5 heroes. That is pure Craigasm, and there we go. He denies himself under the tower. Thana can't steal the kill, or at least get the kill in this case. It is going to be a share 5-man. First blood still for Felt, nevertheless.
And luckily for AMB here, Solji got so involved in that second scuffle that he didn't actually have time to block enough. So... AMB got the wave under his own tower, got an easy level 2 out of it, and now his threat to immediately lose his mid lane to a double wave has been averted, luckily for him. Yeah, not being able to clear the wave on the first level, it can be disastrous for you if your opponent knows what he's doing.
Oh, he missed the melee creep. Oh, he missed 2 easy creeps there under the tower. We know what Twitch chat's going to say about that. And another one. Missed 3 last hits in a row. And another one.
Shh.
This is not peak CS. That's alright. That happens sometimes, but it's so rare to see. Like, you have like a 3 to 4 creep. That's basically that's a lot of XP, that's a lot of gold that you're missing out on. Shinra, who has moved into the safe lane with this Husker, as you did notice, they did swap the roles. Their mid player now playing safe lane, mainly because of the matchups.
And they have done this before as well, depending on whose hero suits them better.
Yeah.
And Sand King, as much as he's slotted into all of these offlanes in the past couple of weeks, really, he is still not the best of laners, and you can hear offlaners just admit that as well. It's like, yeah, these early Sand King picks are good because he gets to recover. Thena falls
Deny.
over.
That's a good deny, though. Pingu was
Yeah.
hunting a kill, apparently, there.
Yeah. Well, good for Kertenkele, because he needs people to leave him alone right now and get these levels in the Sandstorm up first.
He's not happy with too much extra traffic in this lane, especially with Shinra around there. The sentry ward is going to be a bit too far away to spot Kertenkele. He's going to be able to farm a couple last hits here. Aframoosh is taking Adrian for a walk. Gotta be careful because this lifestealer does do a lot of damage.
If he gets a stick onto you.
Zor using his shield crash onto 2, 32% damage reduction. Gotta hold on to that swashbuckle, that's basically your only tool of escaping. A lot of Pango players sometimes miss the fact that you want to use swashbuckle for harass, or at least to secure a bit of early damage, maybe break a salve that instantly gets popped. You want to cause that economic damage, but you also kind of risk yourself of not being able to escape anymore.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You need to get more out of it than just creeps.
Yeah. Another toss onto Raza. I like how Aframush and Zor never mind. I'm not going to say what I was about to say because he just lands a 2-man decay.
Just did that to themselves.
Just did that, yep. And he did it before I was able to say it, so I didn't even jinx it, which is a funny thing. Oh, anyway, no matter about jinxing bloody 2-man decays. You've already landed a 5-man decay this game.
My job is done here. Mid lane, very stable now for most of these, and you can actually see A and B completely skipping out levels in the dagger. I think more co-ops should do this. The dagger does really not give you enough in this time of regen, and especially not versus the Ember Spirits who are going to be aiming to dodge it anyway.
Yeah.
Just get your farming capability up, get your wave clearing ability up, get that scream level.
Yeah, it feels like it's a build that keeps waning less and less, or more and more into the abyss, where you put points into dagger and in some matchups where you just want to max out the scream because it gives you the farming potential. I feel like in this game you have to be a farming co-op as well. Look at the lineup that you have. Sand King does one job. Lifestealer is not the fastest farmer in the team. So if co-op can benefit from that early farm, might as well do it through your build.
Yep. She is most of the mid-game damage, and look at how fast he's rotating. He just smoked up solo on his level 6. And he is coming for this top lane. Huskar is going to get a dose of pure damage.
Nice stun. Sonic Wave. Early damage. Husker almost falling, but not enough. Falling a bit short there. Very good attempt, though. At least they're going to find the Pingu Pugna.
I'm sorry. Did you
That's
say
The Pingna, or the Pungu.
The Pungu.
middle tower is under
No, a little bit surprised there by AMB not using the scream first and then throwing the ult after. I guess he just thought he didn't have to reach, or that he'd done the calculations.
Yep.
Yeah, Shinra just weathers the storm. That's an ill omen if I've ever seen one.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Everybody's
attack.
getting farmed nicely, though, on all of the cores. I feel like this does favor Stratyk pretty nicely, because the Felt lineup is very scary to play against. Maybe a bit even scarier than the one we saw before. Game 2 was a bit of an underwhelming threat level. Maybe this one's a bit better. Tossing Tertenkele around. Thena's also going to be there. They want to keep hold of this creep wave. Shinra is coming in from the side, and there's Aframoosh. Battery assault body blocks, and with the jump coming in from Shinra, dropping Husker pretty low, though. Can he kill all of these heroes? Maybe he can. He takes them down and also almost takes down Pingu. And here comes Raza from the side. And Pingu will go down to the zombie man. He even pops a panic smoke. At least he's able to get Aframoosh out of there with that smoke. But hey, 2 for 1.
Yeah, and Tombstone? Yeah, fine, he has a level in it, but that was the Soul Rip doing the damage.
It was the Soul Rip doing the damage, and most importantly, you've got that 1 point in Caustic Finale. You got to be careful when you drop low. Even heroes like Husker, that's a lot of damage that's going to be connecting onto other heroes. Like we've seen, like Luki, for example, when he's playing Sand King. He goes on the 1 versus 2. He gets a Caustic Finale proc when he's at 10 HP, and he ends up getting a double kill. So you got to be careful for the Sand King. I mean, even though tossing in the Clockwork, much easier target. Husker's happy to take this one. He's already got the Armlet ready too.
Armlet's Huskar's happy place. He doesn't even need to be in this top lane anymore now. I think he...
Well, they're putting pressure onto it at least. Raza on the side.
is
And
another
Imanabanana
ult.
is here as well. Sonic Wave is in readiness, and there we go. They're going to take him down. Shinra, Tiff, number 2. Kurtankale and Imanabanana. Gonna get blown up by Pingu. A bit of a body block there as well from Kurtankale as well. He's loading up the epicenter, thinking about it at least. Raza taking the Nether Ward down, or expiring it at least. So now Kurtankale could make a move, but he's already moved away. Mid for carry.
A and B taking revenge. That Soul Rip is
Soul
not
Rip.
actually funny. Either it is, depending. Like, we're having a lot of fun, but Pingu sure
Yeah,
isn't.
we are. Pingu's probably... Ooh! That tickled a bit.
Just a small clench.
Adrian forcing Zor back into the tree line. Pango, level 7. He is going for a Vanguard in this game as well. Diffusal Blade. I think somebody has been watching some of those mid-Pango games where we've seen Aghanims and Diffusal Blade come out.
Yeah, I mean,
Really like
I
it.
am of the opinion that he should not even finish this Vanguard. Just get the Diffu.
It's an interesting choice to go for Vanguard in this game for Pango. Why, though? Is because of the lifesteal right clicks?
Yeah, maybe, but he just should not be on top of you. And like your staying power in these fights is entirely dependent on your magic immunity and on the shield crash resistance. You should not be within hitting distance when you don't have a shield crash, basically. So, that's basically why I disapprove of the idea of him finishing the Vanguard here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
And
haven't
looks
been
like
able to
he
take
will
it.
not. So
They haven't been able to take a tower from Felt. That's kind of a lacking from Stratyk's lineup, which is tower damage. Where Felt lacks stuns, Stratyk lacks tower damage. Ern's gonna kill Zor! Yes, he will last tick takes him the rocket flare and the Ern.
Beautiful.
Out of all things. That was the only charge for Kurtankale, so that means that he dies too far away for him to actually refresh a charge. And that's a solo kill for Solji with the DD rune.
Radiant's middle tower.
I was,
was
so sure that he was just gonna Rolling Thunder away there, just to make sure that he
Probably
didn't get the
should've.
last few magic procs, but yeah. He did not think about that rocket flare.
I think a lot of players would have actually used it there, knowing that he's probably dead anyway, so life and death question. Now he does get a bit of revenge, at least as Thena is taken away. And here comes Adrian. Adrian's already down to half HP. 1 shield crash and 1 slate
is
from
double
Soldier with that
damage.
DD rune. This guy does a lot of damage. Here's the heal. He's almost dying here. He's going to have to pop Rage. Zor's still got Rolling Thunder. He's going to go for it. They've got the Infest onto the Undying. Slowing down Raza with that first jump.
Dire's bottom tower
Sadly,
is
won't
under
get much
attack.
done with this Rolling Thunder, so that's a bit of a wasted ult. Meanwhile, in bottom, they are fighting Kurtankale and Shinra. And who hints this one? I feel like Kurtankale is going to lose it to Shinra. He will get this kill. Sand King doesn't get lucky twice. He already won 1 fight against the Husker.
And now, mid lane, again, Soldier's just back in here.
Relentless Siege. Trying to suck away the life force of an Undying, but you ain't going to kill anything that doesn't have a soul.
Sora's still here as well.
Radiant's courier.
They'll just use Pingu to siege here now.
Radiant's middle
They've got a little bit of
tower
time
is
before the
under
Sand King comes in here, but I presume he's going to be looking at mid unless Felt
Good
backs
old-
off right now.
Position 5, level 6 Pugnas, just blowing your tower up. That's a level 1 blast. That's literally a level 1 blast he's using here. Adrian's surrounded by enemies. and an armlet toggle at the same time as the slate comes out from Solji. Almost kills him there, down to 70 HP. And stolen haste by AMB, while Zor is in trouble. They do take the tower down, and AMB is down. The hook shot comes out onto Solji, and Pingu gives a little tip for his buddy because that was a kill that they really wanted to get. And here's the healing battery from Pingu, keeping Ember Spirit alive, but not going to be enough as the Burrow Strike's going to be finishing him off. And here comes more backup. Aframush tosses the Pingu in, and go Pugna, I choose you. And Zor will take down Thena in the end.
Radiant's bottom tower
And that especially means for Stratyk that they don't get to do the immediate move of, alright, fine, you got our tower, but we grab a couple of kills,
Yeah,
and we
and another
immediately move
tower.
on to yours.
They'll fix the bot tower 2 here. And again, round number 3, Shockwave, or Sonic Wave in this case, and AMB is gonna die. And Shinra, maybe even a double kill, solo play, epicenter, everything, use this guy. Hallelujah. What a Husker. Just classic Husker things. This guy 1-on-2s. A double kill for himself. Armlet toggling his way out of that. Walking out in style.
Yeah.
What a recovery from a Husker who died twice inside a minute in the top lane. And now he's 6-2-2.
His confidence does not look shaken one bit. And he was playing far up for that too. That gives the rest of his lineup so much space to do things like, well, maybe not quite like this, Pingu, but
Yeah.
teach the top tower is what I was going to say.
Yeah. That was an infest bomb they did use for it, so it's on cooldown. No escape tool for Adrian now. Solji surrounded by enemies. Gonna find one kill onto Raza. Zor is also on top of Thena. Thena trying to cause some havoc here, but Solji just does so much damage, and that was combined with Zor with a swashbuckle. And here comes Kurtenkele with the stun, but it's just a 1v1. There's no backup around. Solji is still quite far away. There's a Radiant scan. They're thinking Husker's doing Roshan because of it, but it's actually a gank towards the Sand King. They spot him with the chains. The Hex is there as well. That's mainly from the Piggy pole.
is under attack.
But he's already used everything at that point, so nowhere to go. But with that kill, Pango finishes off the Diffusal Blade. Zor is going to hit so much harder with these future swashbuckles.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He's an absolute monster, and they haven't had to sacrifice farm on anybody for that. In fact, Aframush himself is rather farmed right now. He's been taking waves on mid. He's nearly to a Blink Dagger now.
Are scanning.
Felt is absolutely demolishing Stratyk right now.
They are, and this is the Felt we were missing in game 2.
Just
Maybe
play
we
like
get
normal.
something done out of this one as well. Sonic Wave and Tiny
get him.
doesn't die, and here comes Solji. Chains on 2, Clockwork dying and Undying falling as well. Aframush walks out of this
Radiant's
one
top tower has fallen.
with his life intact, and they take both the supports away from Stratyk
And their top tower.
and their top tower. So 2+1, and into the Roche pit Shinra goes. Should be a pretty fast one with a Husker.
He is going to finish up his axe very soon as well. So
Top tower is under attack.
we're gonna get taunts on his jump. Especially the Sand King and the Pop are going to hate that. And he's getting extra range on it as well.
That is one way to kill a Quap or a Lifestealer with the required follow-up or initiating stun, so to say, because it gives them an extra piece of control. That's a very scary axe to have. We already saw in the early game that the only way to control them are chains and Tiny with Avalanche and Toss, and maybe a Rolling Thunder. So you do have stuns, but they're all kind of cooldown-based stuns.
You gotta get him in one go, and you gotta not be disrupted by the immense amount of control on the other side in the meantime.
Yeah, exactly. You fail one, you're going to have to wait for another. Rolling Thunder is the only thing that kind of allows you to stretch fights because you can still get a secondary stun in a matter of seconds. There we see the use coming out from the Aghanims, and that's exactly what we're talking about. One stun to buy time for them to close in, and Aframush blinks in to get the Avalanche tossed out, and Lifestealer goes from 100 to 0 in one go. A and B hiding in the trees, but Ember's on him, and he finds, and the chains are there, and Zor with the Rolling Thunder doesn't even need to get the connection because Soldier's already killed him by the time the Pango gets there.
Yep. This is why you rush the diffuse, by the way.
It is such a good timing to have it too. So much damage.
Yep. And they won't ever be close to BKBs by the point that you're here. And Soldier, I mean, you can see how free they think this game is. He's got a Crystallis just sitting there. Defensive items.
Center. Or a lonely Zor kill. Hook shot even, just to make sure he's not getting away with a swashbuckle. Aframoosh walks in, goes for the quick toss play, and here comes Solji again from behind enemy lines and goes for the remnant jump, takes down Thana, but he's gonna get stunned by critical, he's gonna die! Aframoosh able to get out because they don't have themselves a burrow strike, but here comes the backup as Shenra and Pingu have arrived.
Yeah.
Got a 2 for 2.
This is a little bit of a different one, whereas the Huskar hears the Quap yell out across the map and he's like, oh, that means I can go now. But yeah, a little bit overzealous from Felt.
Literal audio cue, you could say.
And of course, Sand King, absolutely nothing you can do.
9-2 and 3 now on the Husker. He's also got some stuff on the Courier. It's going to be Santinyasha. Quick recap onto that last team fight. Stratyk stacking up to take themselves a quick Pango kill. And Ember does a great initial damage, but this is the moment where things go south. He's got no remnants for 3 seconds, gets caught by the stun. And a quick job for Stratyk to kill off the Ember Spirit. Very much needed kill for them too, to keep them still in this game.
That did mean that the Quap got to afford an Orchid just now. Powerful increase in her damage, as well as a good tool to deal with things like, say, a backline Pugna.
Yeah. Thana dropping down the zoning cogs. Haste is very scary on an Ember because he's got those max movement speed remnants. He can quickly move in and out, and Aframoosh is going on the hunt for Thana. Doesn't quite catch him with the avalanche, undying. Swashbuckle tossed and down to his death. And they plop the bomb as well. Beautiful. This is just really good execution from Felt.
I mean, at this point, you can also just sort of mop them up, right? They're in pieces on the floor.
Yeah, you can. You basically can. Like, they don't have the Sonic Wave. It was coming off cooldown, but it was a bit too early for Stratyk to take that fight. Felt very, very unified again. I'm guessing they threw their stand-in players from Game 2 back down into the trash bin and got their original roster back.
Back from their lunch break.
Yeah. Back to work. Work indeed. Pingu walks into a strolling Undying with his TP. He's going to get cancelled by Huskar's life break. Grim Destiny, Epicenter used into the mid lane though, and again onto the Ember Spirit they go. They will make success out of it. Aframoosh on the run. Pingu is going to be throwing in some heals, but Adrian, he's now feeling himself. He's ready to fight. Wants to catch Pingu, but this Pugna is so hard to catch. And this +5 Pingu turns around and makes something out of it. Thana taken down by Zor, swashbuckle damage. Oh, the burrow strike, and Zor goes in with a Rolling Thunder for Tinkale. He's trying to play it smart, but he's not going to outsmart the Pango's Rolling Thunder.
Ember Spirit getting punished just a little bit for that crit pickup. You could definitely
a little bit. Again?
Have your BKB here.
Yeah, that was the second time. That was the second time he's getting caught in exactly the same fashion.
Yeah, but the first time he could not have that BKB, right?
Yeah. True.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He needs another 1,400 gold to get his BKB. Very scrappy fight. Ember dying, bit of traded abilities back and forth. Still ends up being a 3-for-1 in favor for Feld. So Stratyk, it's just not enough just getting this Ember kill. Like, they need to find more with that. They can't really touch the Husker, which is a big problem for them right now. Like, they can kill everybody else, but killing Husker is out of the question.
It might just remain a problem if they keep on kicking Adrian back into the base. He is scraping together the money for this basher, which is if he gets to stick on top of the Husker, you actually get those bashes in. You might get to hit him long enough that he does not get an armlet toggle off, but
Yeah. I'm thinking the exact same thing. That you just don't get those armlet toggles out if you're if you're getting bashed from time to time. Lifestealer, who has a lot of attack speed, is a very good basher carrier.
well, here we go.
Infest Bomb is ready. Epicenter is ready. Smoking up as Husker is in the mid lane.
Shinra's
They
ready.
have any other information. They see two of them. They see the Ember on the side, but they chose to go on Shinra, and that's how they do it. They're going to trade the Undying for it. And maybe even the Pugna is going to be falling too. 1 versus 3, Stratyk surrounding him. And Kurtenkel is trying to make his way out, but Zor is relentless on this chase and will finish him off. Pingu down as well, as Stratyk's got their kill. Zor, information given. He's got the swashbuckle. Could get some nasty damage out with that. And Ember going to get first hit bashed by Adrian. He forces him away. Aframoosh, still thinking about going in. Alien Mana Banana, got to be careful. There's a tiny incoming. Maybe even more people. And Zor blinks in, but the Quap's already gone. That was a good catch on the Husker. He's down to 1500 HP, and look how fast he falls. Epicenter Burrow Strike with the jump in from the Quap Scream and then the Sonic Wave. Just plenty of damage to get the kill.
Absolutely enough if they actually get to target him down.
He's got no BKB. Like, there's no save for the Husker in the team either. Except for the Pugna. Pugna can heal him.
Yeah. No, it's really all about interrupting and disrupting for Felt, and already having the fight going on their own conditions with, say, a Pango roll-in or an Ember Spirit weaving back and forth, who has a BKB now,
Trickster's rune of illusion.
which explains Solji's forward positioning here.
Stratyk has had to play from their side of the map for such a long time. They haven't even taken a tower this game. All tier 1s is still remaining on the side of Felt. Rummage is on the hut. Hook shot will miss. Pango about to fall. He's already gone in aggressively. Gets silenced as well, but the Lotus Orb will be there, but still can't get the Rolling Thunder off in time. Shinra. That, you cannot disjoint that jump. You cannot disjoint that jump, and he's still going to get taunted after the blink ends. It felt like he was just close enough when the blink went off that it didn't break the jump. Because sometimes if you're too far away, it just breaks it. Oh, they're going to go in. Oh, the Solji, they have the damage for it. Bash maybe. No, not going to happen. Adrian doesn't get it. And the taunt goes through, and now he's going to be in the life, a fight of his life, basically, at this point. There's no raise, there's nothing. Solji's going to use all of his remnants for this kill. There she blows. He's gone. Pingu's also going to die.
Oh, well. That... You know, if you get luckier on the bashes there as the Nikes, maybe you do something, but it's a rough one. You're just... Yeah, and you're so far behind on this Huskar especially. Like, he's got basically a full Sanjin Yasha more than you.
Big difference between the two, yeah. Oh, I felt bad for A and B with that long Huskar jump. Like, just can't get away from him.
I thought it was beautiful, like a bird.
From Shinra's
soaring.
Perspective, yeah, that was a very long glide. I was like, wait a minute, where did he go? Oh, he's still going in. Just diving in. And Roche is up.
Dire are scanning.
But yeah, that's again one of those things that's only fun if you're a spectator and not if you're on the receiving end.
Yeah, but it's just a funny thing as well. Like, we can't get like in other esports where they have like comms being recorded on what they do, on what they're saying. In specific moments, let's go to that in a moment. They're not actually using the Sonic Wave yet onto Shinra. The silence as Pugna's trying to heal him up. He is low on the Husker, but that's the problem. He's going to hit even harder and faster, but they might actually be able to kill Alien Mana Manada going for another jump. And the Husker is going to be able to. There's the Rolling Thunder coming in as well. They're going to get the bash onto the Ember Spirit. And at the same time, the Undying is going to get infested by the Lifestealer. Now the BKB also going to be popped by Solji. So they're able to get some distance between each other. But there's another jump coming in from A and B while they're going onto the Tiny at the same time, trying to get the damage, and they should be able to kill at least Aframoosh. She's onto the low ground with another avalanche, but A and B is going to go down. Shinra and Zor, they finished off the Quap while they took all this time to kill a Tiny.
Shinra teleported from the right side of the fight to the left side of the fight with his BOTs just to get to the quap without having to go through the entire fight.
Oh, what a chat. That's some next level thinking for a fight. Oh, they still got epicenter, but they're walking in. They're not ready for this. They're not ready for this at all. And they're trying to run away. The tombstone has been burnt. Thanos got his hook shot ready. Roche is down to half HP. They're gonna keep the vision at least with the rocket flare. Now they're smoking up. Getting themselves ready for this fight. Afram was just gonna be up in 10 seconds as well. He can also TP straight into that outpost. 3k
Zor and
HP.
Pingu want to block.
Well, Kurtinkle
these
goes in very
spells.
early into the fight. They want to tight take down Husker, but the Decrepit finds a Pugna. But they snatch the Aegis. It's onto Adrian. Now he gets the bash onto Pugna, onto the Pango, but Husker goes in again, tries to intervene. He's going to be able to blow out the Lifestealer for the first time, and does look like they're going to get a second kill too. Quap's TPing away, or at least looks like that, because Quap is not even in there. It was the Undying who was going away from that fight. They knew that this is all that we could do. They were able to get the Roche Aegis, at least for themselves, but really, that's a heavy, heavy price to pay for that fight.
Yep. Zor and Pingu were going to be ready to block these spells if they were in position, but I didn't think they'd be going so
AMB.
early. Oh no.
Able to get back into the hunger, but Shinra's going to be jumping in with the BKB. It's not going to be enough to save him. Shinra chews through the Quap, and that should be game almost. Oh, two
Taunt,
moments.
man.
Even if you interrupted Roshan, it felt like they cannot change the course of this game with that play. Not much to do either. It was a valiant effort. Could have still gone either way, but the result is still felt inside your base, and you are again losing buildings. Just like game one.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Buyback status not looking too healthy either. It's just the Sand King.
No,
He's able
and
to
this
come back
time
a
it
second
is
time.
it is not a level 1 Nether
Radiant's
Blast.
bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah.
In
A lot more
Infest?
work this time. Infest bomb. Oh, it's gonna be enough. They're gonna take him down. Solji, though, gets a response kill. Zor is also there with a Rolling Thunder. They're gonna be able to take down Raza. Kurtinkle with the Sandstorm up. Zor gonna be getting another stun onto the Lifestealer. Ember dropping
is
low.
here.
Has to disengage. He's being vesseled up, and AMB comes in just in time for the kill. Huge kills for Stratyk. It's not over yet. Zor hiding in the trees. AMB is going to be there and too far away for Kurtinkle. He just got the Burrow Strike off cooldown too, so he wasn't even able to cancel that TP. Big fight for Stratyk. It's not over yet, Kips.
It's not, but it was once again pretty darn close. At the very least, you're now got a BKB over on your Lifestealer as well, and I've seen a bunch of people say, why would you buy a BKB over on Lifestealer? He's already got spells to become magic immune, but in a game where magic immunity does this much for you,
Yeah.
like, you can just buy
Dire's
more.
top tower is under
And I
attack.
really agree with him doing exactly that, because he needs protection versus the Decrep, versus the Pangolier bouncing around, versus a large part of the Huskars and the Ember Spirit's damage output is magical as well. It just does
Yep.
so much for you this game.
Just buy a
Dire's
second
top
BKB,
tower
man.
has fallen.
Yeah. Just buy an Aegis from the store.
Zor is on a hunting mission here. It's an Invis Frenchman hiding in the tree line, hoping to find somebody in the top lane, but
That's
Kurtinkle-
scary.
You know, it's like in some of those RPG games where you have these brigands and highwaymen showing up out of nowhere. Well, they land on top of Adrian. They say stand and deliver, but Adrian ain't delivering, so he gives away his life for this one. 70 seconds, no Lifestealer. Can't afford the buyback. You're not going to
bought
pull off the
out for
same
that
miracle
BKB.
like you did last time.
No, but maybe you have a Quap this time? You don't have a clock.
Gonna be taken down anyway. Epicenter, Kurtinkle, nope, not gonna go out. The Orchid's there. Lotus Orb to purge off the silence, and Quap's in trouble. BKB will be used. Rolling Thunder's not gonna be connecting onto anybody except maybe Raza. Nope, still dodging the stuns very nicely. That's some Toho 9000 movement right there, dodging every single bullet to avoid him from dying. But still, Raza ends up going dead anyway as Aframush gets his spells off. Second lane of Rax also gone. Lifestealer up in 25 seconds, but now
Shinra
maybe
strolling past the tombstone.
he's going on the backline and he takes down Aframush with that epicenter. Now they don't have it for the Husker. Plus, he's got a
Dire's
Satanic.
bottom tower is under attack.
Not insignificant either.
They don't have the epi now to kill the Husker, but at least
Dire's bottom tower
able to
has
force
fallen.
Felt out of sight of the base.
And
Man,
was that a full Lincoln Sphere I just spied?
On who?
That is the question. I think it is. Yeah, there we go. Ember Spirit.
Ah. Yeah,
See
nice pickup. That also prevents him from getting hit by the Burrow Strike. And Thena in Fest Bomb. He's going to have to do this all by himself. There we go. And there's going to be a surprise inside of this guy. And that's going to be him showing up. But here's the toss from Aframush, buying some time. Adrian is going to get cancelled. He doesn't get the
Taunted.
DP out. The jump from Husker is just going to come up cooldown on Adrian. He's trying to man mode this one. It's a 1v3. It's a very desperate fight for him. His rage is back off cooldown in a second, but it's not going to be up early enough. And just like that, their chances of building a potential and maybe even a small possible comeback comes to an end with this.
You can see here, for all the time that he's got his Magic and Unity active, he can stand and fight. Like, here, he's barely taking any damage. Comes back in here now. Look at this. He's winning right now.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
For a while it looked like it, but as soon as those stuns are able to kick in, the whole dialogue just changes completely. And
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Kurtenkele, he does have a Hex on this Sand King, but no Life Stealer for another 40 seconds. They're gonna have to let these racks go. It's mega creeps in Stratyk space, and Quap's already dead. She's gonna insta-buy back into this one. A and B, no second chances. Has to work out now. 28 seconds. No Life Stealer remaining. Another jump coming in from the Husker. Straight onto the Quap, and Quap's gonna be gone. Clockwork's gonna be falling as well. Felt is looking to close out this series 2-1. Bit of a mishap in game number 2. But ends up winning the series in the end, and that also means Stratyk tying up last place with 2 other teams and still in danger of relegating. But for Felt, it's a big victory. Also means
They're
that Felt is
celebrating right now.
still in the race for Division 1. It's still a potential, well, it's not even a dream at this point.